Okay, relax. Bend over and cough.
I don't know how you do it.
It's either legs up or bent over.
It
Yo,
don't
what's
matter.
though? Legs up is wild.
Wait, was it ever bend over and cough? Oh, wait, what are we talking about? Oh yeah, prostate cancer screening. You know, the prostate exam. Otherwise known as the urological handshake. Otherwise known as the intern handshake or checking the oil. Also known as the DRE, the digital rectal exam. Once part of normal prostate cancer screening. So that being said, why is it probable that your doctor hasn't done it? I mean, prostate cancer is still prevalent. I mean, it's the second most common cancer in men. So what's going on? Well, the answer to that has to do with the accuracy of the screening, as well as the mortality of prostate cancer. But let's take a deeper dive and you'll find out a little bit more. So for a long time, long time, the digital rectal exam, checking the oil, was the only way to screen for prostate cancer. Literally, the physician would take his finger and feel around the prostate and say, well, is this abnormal? Does it feel enlarged? And they would make a determination.
My pointer finger, insert it into your rectal cavity. Then I'm going to probe and search and look for anything irregular. It might be a bump or a growth, something that's causing the frequent urination and the discomfort in your bladder. I assure you that while it may feel unnatural...
Well, how accurate was this? Believe it or not, if you had prostate cancer and an exam was performed, only 41% of the time was the doctor able to detect prostate cancer. Well, does this mean that doctors just sucked? No, it actually has to do with the anatomy of the prostate and where the cancer grows. And it's not in an area that's palpable or can be easily felt by a physician. And so that was what was done for a long period of time. And it was only until the 90s that an additional tool was added to make the screening better. And that is what we call the PSA, or the prostate specific antigen. So, yes, prostate cancer screening does have its benefits. And one of those benefits is early detection, early treatment. However, there's several things that make it more complicated. The first thing that makes it complicated, like I hinted before, was the mortality. 1 in 7 males will get prostate cancer or be diagnosed with prostate cancer. But of that 1 in 7, only 1 in 30 will die from prostate cancer itself. That being said, what that really means is most people with prostate cancer die from something else. What also makes it more complicated is there's false positives. So patients will be diagnosed or thought to have prostate cancer, and they don't. Because again, just because a PSA level is elevated doesn't mean you have prostate cancer. It could mean the prostate's inflamed. It could mean it's infected. It could mean it's just large. So it's not as clear as high PSA and there's prostate cancer. Another thing, as physicians, there's bodies that give us recommendations on how to screen, and there's several of them, and they don't have a single way to screen. There's a general consensus, but there's not one steadfast rule. We do know that patients who have a family history of prostate cancer have a high likelihood. We know that the older you are, the higher the chance of you having prostate cancer. And we know that certain races have an increase of prostate cancer. For example, African Americans have a 2 to 3 times higher rate of diagnosis, as well as a 2 to 3 times higher rate of death from prostate cancer.
He said, your PSA is high. I said, what's that? He said, that's an indicator of your prostate. You being a black man, prostate cancer is prevalent in your community. What I need you to do is go back and see the reception, make another appointment, come back, I'm gonna do a prostate exam along with your physical. He said, you wanna do it today? I said, yeah, I wanna do it today. So I started rolling up my sleeves. Yeah, he laughed just like that.
Also, what makes it complicated is, for example, let's say you are suspected to have prostate cancer. The doctor's gonna do several things. You're gonna have to get screened more. You're gonna have to go to more visits, which increases the amount of money you have to pay out to see your physician. Also, we might have to biopsy it, and a biopsy itself comes with complications, one of them being impotence or incontinence, urinary incontinence. So there are no clear one way to kind of screen and to protect somebody, and that's what makes it complicated. And what really it comes down to is a discussion with your physician. So basically, prostate cancer screening is now more individualized. You might bring it up to your physician, and then they'll sit down and talk about the risks and benefits of the screening, what can be done, what should be done. And so really, you have to have a good primary care physician who knows you well and can sit down and have these conversations. And that's why it's not that simple, and that's why not everyone's screened all the time, at least in the primary care setting. So again, this kind of starts and ends with a discussion.